This video provides a comprehensive lecture on the case AFP versus Amogod, covering key legal principles such as injunctions, acquisitive prescription, possessory rights versus superior title, and judicial due process in evictions. This case highlights that injunctions require a clear legal right, known as right in esse. The Supreme Court reversed lower court rulings, declaring that mere tolerance does not lead to ownership, and evictions require proper judicial process. The property in question is located near Camp Edilberto Evangelista in Cagayan de Oro. The occupants claimed ownership based on 30 years of possession, while the military viewed them as squatters and issued notices to vacate. Procedurally, the RTC issued an injunction in 2008, which the Court of Appeals later affirmed. However, in 2020, the Supreme Court reversed these decisions, dissolving the injunction and clarifying the rules on due process. The competing claims pitted the AFP's documented chain of ownership against the occupants' claims of long-term possession, reliance on property classification, and constitutional rights against summary demolition. To obtain an injunction, an applicant must demonstrate a clear legal right, a material invasion of that right, and an urgent necessity to prevent grave and irreparable damage. The Supreme Court clarified that possession by mere tolerance does not bind the owner or ripen into ownership through acquisitive prescription, as it fails to satisfy the requirement of possession in the concept of an owner. The court ruled that documentary proof of title prevails over long-term occupation. Consequently, lower courts erred by equating naked possession with a formal, enforceable property title. Regarding evictions, the ruling emphasizes that extrajudicial self-help is not permitted. Even with superior title, the owner must pursue proper judicial ejectment suits and comply with relevant statutory procedures. This matrix summarizes the legal positions. While the occupants cited long-term occupation, the AFP provided legal title. The court ultimately denied the occupants' injunction rights and mandated that eviction follow due process. Key takeaways for legal practice include recognizing that injunctions are extraordinary remedies, that tolerated possession excludes adverse prescription, and that even the government must respect the rule of law when recovering property. Thank you for watching this lecture on the Supreme Court case of the Armed Forces of the Philippines versus Amogod. This slide lists the sources for the images used in this video.